The father of the atomic bomb, J. Robert Oppenheimer. He's called the father of the atomic bomb. It's a title he helped earn, but a title that brought him sorrow. He led the creation of the most powerful weapon the world had ever seen, yet he deeply regretted its use. His story is one of brilliance, but it also serves as a warning. A young star in the world of physics. Born in 1904, Robert Oppenheimer grew up in a time of great scientific discovery and innovation. From an early age, it was clear that he was no ordinary child. Oppenheimer was a gifted child, showing an insatiable curiosity and a remarkable aptitude for learning. His parents, recognizing his potential, provided him with a rich environment filled with books and intellectual stimulation. From a young age, his intelligence was clear. He was not just a passive learner, he actively engaged with the material, often asking questions that puzzled even his teachers. He excelled in school, soaking up knowledge like a sponge. Physics fascinated him, not just as a subject, but as a way to understand the fundamental principles that govern the universe. It was a way to understand the universe's secrets. The mysteries of the cosmos captivated his imagination, and he was determined to unlock them. He studied hard, earning degrees from Harvard and then Göttingen University in Germany. At Harvard, he was known for his intense focus and dedication, often spending long hours in the library or laboratory. He quickly became a respected figure in the world of physics. His time at Göttingen was particularly formative, as he worked alongside some of the greatest minds in the field, including Max Born and Werner Heisenberg. His work explored the tiniest particles, the very building blocks of the universe. He delved into the complexities of quantum mechanics, a field that was still in its infancy. He was a theoretical physicist, using abstract mathematical models to describe physical phenomena. His ability to think deeply and abstractly set him apart from his peers. He used math and ideas to understand the cosmos. His equations and theories provided new insights into the nature of reality, challenging existing paradigms and opening up new avenues of research. His work was crucial to developing quantum mechanics. This new framework allowed scientists to make sense of phenomena that classical physics could not explain. This was a revolutionary new way of looking at the world. Oppenheimer's contributions laid the groundwork for many of the technological advancements that would follow, forever changing our understanding of the universe. The Manhattan Project, a race against time. This was a period marked by intense scientific endeavor and unprecedented urgency. The stakes were higher than ever before, and the outcome would shape the future of humanity. The year was 1939. The world was on the brink of a conflict that would engulf nations and change the course of history. World War II had begun. The global conflict saw nations mobilizing their resources and people in a fight for survival and dominance. The world watched in fear as Nazi Germany advanced. Their rapid and aggressive expansion threatened the very fabric of freedom and democracy. The United States, fearing the worst, launched a secret project. This was not just any project, it was a monumental effort to harness the power of the atom. Its name, the Manhattan Project. A name that would soon become synonymous with scientific brilliance and the dawn of a new era. The goal? To build an atomic bomb before Germany did. This was a race against time, with the fate of the world hanging in the balance. Oppenheimer, with his profound knowledge of physics, was a crucial asset. His leadership and vision were instrumental in guiding the project. He was chosen to lead the scientific team at Los Alamos, New Mexico. This remote location became the epicenter of groundbreaking research and innovation. It was a remote and secret location. Here, brilliant minds gathered. Scientists, engineers, and military personnel worked in unison, driven by a common goal. They worked tirelessly, driven by the urgency of the war. The pressure was immense. Every day brought new challenges and breakthroughs. The fate of the world might depend on their success. Leaders from around the globe watched with bated breath, hoping for a solution that could end the war. Years of work culminated in the Trinity test. This was the moment of truth, the culmination of countless hours of research and experimentation. In the New Mexico desert, the first atomic bomb detonated. The explosion was a testament to human ingenuity and the terrifying power of the atom. It was July 16, 1945, a date that would be etched in history forever. The sky lit up with a terrifying beauty. The ground shook. The world changed forever. The dawn of the atomic age had arrived, bringing with it both hope and fear for the future. The power unleashed that day shocked even Oppenheimer. As he stood at the Trinity test site, witnessing the first successful detonation of an atomic bomb, he was filled with a profound sense of dread. The blinding flash, the deafening roar, and the towering mushroom cloud were unlike anything humanity had ever seen. It was a moment that would forever change the course of history. He later said, recalling a line from the Hindu scripture, the Bhagavad Gita, "Now I am become death, the destroyer of worlds." This quote encapsulated the gravity of what had been unleashed. It was a reflection of the immense power and the potential for destruction that now lay in human hands. These words weren't spoken with pride. They were uttered with a heavy heart, a recognition of the monstrous force that had been set free. Oppenheimer's expression during these moments was one of deep contemplation and sorrow. They were an expression of deep unease. He understood the implications of his creation, the atomic bomb, and the potential for catastrophic consequences. The weight of this realization bore heavily on him. His creation, born from a desire to stop evil, had unleashed a terrifying new force. The initial intention was to end a brutal war and save lives, but the reality was far more complex and harrowing. The bombs were soon dropped on Hiroshima and Nagasaki, Japan. The devastation was unimaginable. Hundreds of thousands perished. The cities were reduced to rubble, and the human suffering was beyond comprehension. The world had witnessed the destructive power of the atomic bomb in the most tragic way possible. Oppenheimer, witnessing the aftermath, was overwhelmed with guilt. He'd opened Pandora's box. The moral and ethical implications of his work haunted him for the rest of his life. He became a vocal advocate for the control and regulation of nuclear weapons. The world now lived in the shadow of nuclear annihilation. The arms race that followed led to the stockpiling of thousands of nuclear weapons, each capable of causing unprecedented destruction. The legacy of Oppenheimer's creation was a world forever changed, living with the constant threat of nuclear war. Oppenheimer's conscience couldn't stay silent. He believed humanity must learn to control such power. He spoke out against nuclear proliferation, advocating for international control. His words were not always welcome. The government, in the grip of Cold War paranoia, viewed him with suspicion. They questioned his loyalty, his past associations. His security clearance was revoked. It was a public humiliation for a man who had given so much. Despite the controversy, Oppenheimer continued to work. He became a respected teacher, inspiring a new generation of physicists. He never forgot the lessons of the atomic bomb. He spent his later years warning about the dangers of the nuclear arms race. His life, though marked by brilliance, was also shadowed by regret, yet he never gave up hope. He believed in the power of reason, in humanity's ability to learn from its mistakes. J. Robert Oppenheimer's story is complicated. He was a brilliant mind who helped change the course of history. But he was also a man burdened by the consequences of his creations. He is a reminder that even the most brilliant minds are capable of error. He reminds us that with great power comes great responsibility. But most importantly, he stands as a warning. His story urges us to seek peace, to understand the forces we unleash, and to work towards a future free from the threat of nuclear war.